The IMF's mission chief for Barbados, Bert Van Selm, welcomed the staff-level agreement reached with the country for the two programs which aim to strike a balance between enhancing resilience to climate change while also focusing on Barbados's continued efforts to reduce public debt and facilitate public expenditure to produce growth.
On access to the IMF's new Resilience and Sustainability Trust to build resilience against climate change with affordable long-term financing at 150% of quota, that's SDR 142 million. The RSF will be accompanied by a 36-month arrangement under the Extended Fund Facility, EFF, with requested access at 90% of quota, or SDR 85 million.
Barbados will become the first nation in the world to access the RSF, which will provide funding to support Barbados's climate change adaptation and mitigation efforts and support the country's ambitious goal of transitioning to a fully renewable-based economy by 2030. Mr. Van Selm says the decision is a huge vote of confidence in Barbados.
There is also a need to be able and willing to implement a fund-supported program. And few countries have shown that ability, like Barbados has over the last 4 years, with reviews under the program completed like clockwork. That's fairly exceptional, and that, of course, gives a lot of confidence at the IMF, but also in the international community more broadly, that this is a government that can meet its commitments, that can do what it says it will do.
As it relates to entering another IMF program, Prime Minister Mottley said with the consecutive crises the world is experiencing, it is better to be safe than sorry.
None of us in this room or in this world 2 weeks ago could have anticipated either the impact that Hurricane Fiona has had on natural gas supplies, the impact that Hurricane Ian may have on the movement of goods, and I don't only mean food, but of course food as a primary concern, and 3, the impact that the explosion by whoever of the gas line in Europe will have on us and on the global community. And it is for these reasons that the Government of Barbados, the Cabinet of Barbados, has taken the decision after consultation with members of the social partnership, with members of academia, with other people, that it is better to be safe than to be sorry.
Ms. Mottley had this message for critics of the decision to borrow.
Tell me which black person and which white person in this country that is Bajan can build a house without borrowing. Tell me which one. Tell me which one can undertake a business without borrowing. And it is no different, and that is why Mr. Barrow, and you can go and pull it from Hansard, made the statement back in the 1960s that anybody who does not believe in deficit financing is anti-development and does not want the people of this country to develop, and that carefully managed deficit financing is what is going to create the capacity, and the capacity that we create is what is going to give us the money to repay the loans that we borrowed to build the capacity.
And responding to if there will be any cost-cutting measures to hit the targets of the program, Prime Minister Mottley said her government has proven it can handle difficult situations.
This government has already put in place a track record for how we can deal with people in an empathetic way and to ensure that there is no suffering or no major losses. And in fact, in many instances, what matters for us is ownership, and that there are opportunities for ordinary workers that we will put on the table as we go forward to ensure that as far as possible there can be a win-win for all Barbadians. But let's be straight. You can't do what we did for 10 years, get 23 downgrades, and believe that it is business as usual.
The agreement is subject to approval by the IMF's Executive Board. Cheyne Jones, CBC News.